Over the break, we got Harrison. We talked about a little personal situation with you. We talked about, the benefits of having somebody sit down with someone you love. Can you get into a little bit more?
Yeah, so over the break, we were kind of talking about necessarily what you guys do, and I feel like the face-to-face thing is a big deal. So to kind of summarize it quick, my grandma was in a nursing home, had plenty of money at the time. I'm sure her policies were fine at the time, but like you said, you're not dying at 70 anymore. With the health of people today, you're going to be living for a long time. And so she was there in the nursing home for a long time, and that money was, it just went away so fast. And by the end of it, she worked her whole life, but by the end of it, there's barely anything left, with the will. And then obviously you get to the funeral and like, there's no money for the funeral, all that stuff. It's awkward. You never want to have that conversation. And kind of what you guys do, you said over the break, free consultation fee. It doesn't cost a dime just to talk to you guys.
Yeah. And one of the things we've said for years is if we can't help you, we're sure not going to hurt you. If we sit down with you and we go over your stuff and you're fine where you are, we'll say, congratulations, you're sitting absolutely fine. Here's my card if something changes. So yeah, by all means, let us take a look.
Yeah, the two biggest influences you're going to need in your life after 65, and this is a known fact, is you're not going to need your family and friends. You're going to have them regardless. All right, your grandma had that. What people need after the age of 65 is two people they can trust. Number one is going to be their Medicare advisor, and number two is going to be their financial advisor. And if your health and wealth is put in a good spot and planned out appropriately, things like that happen to your grandma, a lot of folks don't have to worry about. But what happens, and what we come to find out is most people try to do it on their own, and bless their heart, they're doing the best they can. But let us, the experts, come help you out. Let us come sit down and talk to you. Let us take a look and see the plan you have in place and see if there's anything needs to be altered to make sure that you can live out the rest of your retirement happy, and not have to worry and not have the family worry about, what's going to happen if this, that, or other happens. So yeah, we run into that quite a bit. Todd, you had a story this week about a gentleman from a company show up at a lady's door.
Yeah, one of our, Hans, who I mentioned earlier, he'd stopped and seen a lady. She'd sent one of the leads back that you had just asked or just talked about a minute ago. She'd requested some information. Hans got in touch with her, and she had just had someone from another company out and talk to her. And the plan she was on, there was not much wrong with it. It was not bad. This person had convinced her to go to a different plan within that same company, telling her that her dentist would not take the plan that she had, but would take this other plan that the company offered.
So wait a minute, same company?
Same company.
Same company, same plan, but the dentist says I'll take this one, not the other. How's that work?
It doesn't. That was absolutely a lie. And Hans is, again, going back to our training where I said somebody that's been here 3 months knows more than somebody that's been in the business 3 years. Hans has been here about 3 months, and he knew that just didn't smell right. And so he gave me a call, because that's a nice thing too. All of our managers, all of our trainers are always just a phone call away from somebody. You're never alone when you're at ASB. So Hans gave me a call from the lady's house, and he goes, "That doesn't sound right to me. Is that right?" I said, "That's absolutely not right." I happened to be sitting in front of my computer, so I pulled up her dentist. Truth was, Jay, that dentist didn't take that company, period, much less that other plan.
So this was a situation where trying to hawk product and it didn't make sense. And the one thing that you are very stickler on is, if we're not going to help you, we're not going to hurt you.
Right.
You don't allow any of your agents underneath you to do unnecessary items, because if you do, that can show you the door quicker than anything.
That is the number one way to get out of ASB, is exactly right, by doing something wrong. And the neat thing is, we certainly don't have to. Like this gentleman, maybe, I don't know, maybe that was the only company he had to offer. What's called a captive company. I started my career at one of those. And the tough thing is, you have to make that round peg fit that square hole every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't. And now, again, that gentleman should have said, "I'm sorry, Mary, this plan doesn't work with your dentist at all. I'd suggest you get a hold of somebody else." As it was, he just switched her product to make a commission, which is sad. But again, fortunately, Hans came out, saw her, We got online, we contacted her dentist. We found a company that dentist did take, and we're able to put her where she needed.
And she was happy with that. Hans was paid nice for that, for doing that, and that's what's so great is we help people out, and in return they're helping us out. And so building relationships goes a long way. Again, we don't want just clients. If you want to be just one of our clients, go find someplace else. I guarantee there's other people that just don't ever want to talk to you.
Right.
And one thing you've always emphasized, we want to build relationships. We're going to call you up every 3 months, whether you like it or not, see how your family's doing, how your health is doing. Right. We're going to send you out birthday cards. You don't want just a client. You want relationships. So with that, folks, quickly, Todd, products we have is what?
Currently, time of year for Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements, hospital indemnity, cancer plans, dental plans are the hot topic right now.
And if they want to get a hold of us, how do they do that?
They can go on Facebook, American Senior Benefits Lincoln. They can call us at 402-614-9292.
Now, Vikings, who they got this week?
Got the Cardinals.
Bills taking on the Packers. Harrison, who's your team?
Bears.
Ooh, Bears Cowboys.
Yeah.
Boy,
but hey, beats Patriots convincingly. So we'll see.
That is true. That is true. Thank you so much again for joining us on this Sunday, along with Todd Riley. I am Jay Stoll. Harrison behind the mic. American Senior Benefits Family Hour. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.